Welcome, Wargamers. I'm Chris, Two-Ton Man. This is Grant.
It's Grant. How you doing?
Today we are playing a 2,000-point Mawtribes versus Nighthaunt. So, Grant, you want to go over what scenario we're playing?
Yeah, so we're doing Border War. It's from the core rulebook. It is normal 12-inch deployment. There's 4 objectives that kind of make a cross on the board. One, each 12 inch from your own side, and then 2 on the center line. And it's your objectives worth 1 point, the center one's worth 2, and the opponent's worth 4. So you really want to get the center ones or the opponents to kind of put yourself ahead. And I think we're doing the Realm of Shyish roll for that.
Got some good magic. You have, 5, 6 spells a turn?
I think I have 6 spells. Yeah, I have 6 spells a turn, 5 casters, 6 spells, so I will probably make the most use of the Realm spells.
I agree. I only have, again, 1 wizard with me today. So it's pretty exciting. I'm going to predict my MVP are going to be, I'm going to say Iron Guts. Even though, they ignore Rem with Nighthaunt, I still think at damage 3, 1 or 2 goes through, you're chopping down half the unit at that point, and, that's just value. I'm running the Gut Guard, so I'm going to keep a Tyrant near some Iron Guts, hopefully pass some wounds off, let him shred some things, and I think we could do some work with that. What do you have any predictions on your MVP?
For my armor, I think, from the last game we played, I think it's going to be the Bladegeist again. I think they did a lot of damage. They can be up to 3 attacks when they charge in. And I think they'll do the most work. They're also the most rend I kind of have in the list. I mean, besides my magic phase, but that wasn't the greatest last game.
No, I think you had some pretty unfortunate rolls there. But the Bladegeist Revenants, they got the name right first try.
You did this time.
3 attacks in the charge there, receiving a couple buffs. Those guys really did work on some Gruntas, and I'm really going to keep an eye out for them, see what I can do. Maybe get some Lead Belchers, I can whittle them down. I know we can bring back guys with some spells, so maybe it's focus down units at a time. We'll see what happens. And for the Mawtribes army, I'm running myself 20 Gnoblars. I got myself a Slaughtermaster, 2 Lead Belchers, 8 Lead Belchers. I got myself a Stonehorn, who has Black Clatter Horn mount trait. I have myself an Underguts Battalion that is Gut Guard, which includes the Tyrant General, who has the command trait that receives -1 to wound rolls from shooting attacks, and his artifact is actually going to be Trophy Rack, so hopefully those Iron Blasters can get +1 to hit while shooting enemies. I have 2 units of 4 Iron Guts, and the spell for the Slaughtermaster is Blood Feast, which gives a unit wholly within 18 +1 attacks, so I can really benefit. Even a unit of 4 Iron Guts, it gets a lot of extra attacks that hit hard. So the tribe is Underguts that I'm taking. It allows Lead Belchers to get 18-inch range. And the artifact from that is Nabar Blast Keg, which is going to be on the Stonehorn. So basically it gets to throw some mortal wounds out there. It does more if there's more models in the unit. And here we are with Grant's Nighthaunt. Grant, you want to run us through your army?
Yeah, so my army is... I'm starting with Battle Line, which is 2 units of 20 Chain Rasps. Kind of the normal kind of loadout. A unit of 3 Spirit Hosts for the 3rd Battle Line. I've got 2 units of 10 Bladegeist Revenants. I think these guys will do a lot of the damage of the list. Then I have 2 Guardian of Souls, Spirit Torment, and then I got Lady Linder and Reichner. For spells, Lady has Lifestealer. It lets her do D3 mortal wounds and she can heal off of it. I like to double up on spells, so both of these 2, the Spirit Torment and this Guardian, will both have Soul Cage, which will mean that they can, if I hit an enemy unit, they'll fight last and can't retreat. And then these 2, Reichner and the other Guardian of Souls, both have Shade Mist. It's a buff for one of my units and makes them -1 to hit, which I think is really going to help out because Reichner and the 2 Bladegeists are in the Shroud Guard Battalion, which gives these guys a 5-up, a save instead of 6-up. And then I have this...
Death save, right?
Yeah, the death save will be 5 instead of 6-up. So it'll be a 4-up, 5-up, which is really good. This Guardian plus these 2 Chain Rafts are in the Chain Guard, which lets me bring back an extra D6 when I do his Spectral spell, which already brings back D6. So 2d6 feels good. And then Artifacts, he is one that lets him bring back an additional 3. He has a Midnight Tome to make him a wizard. And then he has the Aether Brooch, just because I already have 2 command points base from the 2 battalions. I kind of think I need to keep those around. And then I think lastly, this Guardian is the General, so he'll have Ruler of the Night Host, which lets him bring back D3 more models in the Mahir phase. So I have a lot of ways to bring back models. And then just kind of round out the list for points, I have the Geminids, the 2 spell portals, and then a unit of banshees. They're just there to get rid of these, maybe if I want to reposition them, kind of save me a spell. So that's my Nighthaunt list. A lot of magic.
All right, thank you. For my deployment, I put unit of 8 Iron Guts over here, unit 2 in terrain. I got my Stonehorn. I have my Slaughtermaster. I did put the Maul Pot here to kind of make it difficult for Grant to grab my objective. I'm gonna park these Nobblers on it. Unfortunately, they're not in range to bully from the tyrant, but it's based on deployment. Over here is pretty much my gut guard battalion. I have my 2 Iron Blasters, unit of 4 Iron Guts, unit of 4 Iron Guts close to the tyrant, who's also in terrain. He has the +1 save big name. So in the terrain right now, he's sitting at a 2+, and he could bounce wounds to these guys, making him super durable right now. So Grant, after setup, how are you feeling? Do you have a general strategy you might pursue?
Yeah, like I said, I think I want to try and take on this flank. I think I was kind of left between, which flank do I try and ignore for a little bit? Is it the fast Stonehorn and the lead belchers that can shoot me, or the other unit that can shoot me and the slightly slower Iron Guts? So I kind of figured I could maybe do this flank first, but I don't know if that's going to bite me in the butt. So I'm kind of giving up that objective.
All right, my strategy was to put, dead weight in the middle, conceal, make it difficult so I can easily grab this, keep my caster close to the Maul Pot. It's a Slaughtermaster there. I put my shooting and beef units on the flanks, so once they get an objective, they can continue to shoot while holding the objective. So hopefully it's going to work out. I did roll and one who chose side, so I deployed first. I had 6 drops to Grant's 7. So I have the option to go first or second. I'm opting for Grant to go first, and hopefully I can maybe get double turn. Again, not going to bank on it, but I just like having the safety net of, worst case scenario, we balance the turn back to you. So Grant, want to start off with your hero phase. All right, we're back in the hero phase. So Grant did have 2 command points for 2 battalions, the yellow dice representing that. Turn 1, receiving 1. His Banshees are in deployment over there, so they could come down at the end of the movement phase. So, Grant, do you want to run down what you want to do in the hero phase?
Yeah, I have a lot to do because I have a lot of spells. I think the first thing I'm going to try and do is I have a Spirit Torn back here. He knows Soul Cage, so it's not really effective right now, so I think he's going to try and cast the Spell Portals. They go off on a 7, so let's see if they can go off. Only a 6. So, that.
What are you going to go for next?
Oh. Sorry. So I think after that kind of throws off some of my plan. I think the next idea is we're going to do...
Because they're spooked.
Yeah. I think we're going to do... Probably reroll Sabers of 1 on these guys from him.
So that Mystic Shield?
Yep, Mystic Shield. It goes off on a 6. Does go off.
All right. So I'm in range of that.
Oh, you are. So you can try and
stop it. I'm going to pass on this one. Rolled a 9, so I don't want to... test it. I am getting a +1 from my wizard being within 1 inch of a Maul Pot.
I did look it up. I'm wrong. Spell Portal's cast on a 5.
All right.
So I will put out the Spell Portals.
Spell Portal does go out. That stinks. I guess they're not spooked.
So it will go here for the first one.
How close has it to be to the caster?
So it has to be within 18 of the caster, and then within 12 of the caster. The other one's within 18 of this one.
10-4.
So put that there, and then we'll put this one out over here. As far as I can get it. Okay. Spin that around. Make it look a little better. So now that means she will try and cast Grief Stricken, which will be -1 to hit and +1 for me to hit. And so she can try and cast this through the portal. So this one goes off on a 7. So we'll see if that goes off. It does not.
Hey. Spooked, I guess.
They are spooked. So now I have Shade Mist, Soul Cage, which I still could make someone fight last. Don't know how effective it's going to be. But it does mean, since that failed, she can try and cast... we'll have him cast Shade Mist. It gives you a -1 to wound me. So he'll try and cast. We'll see if it goes off. It does go off on a 7.
It's -1 to hit you?
Sorry, -1 to wound me. So I pick one of my units wholly within 12, so it's pretty much any of these units with the exception of this 20-man here.
And what other spells do you have?
I still have her do D3 Mortal Wounds. I still have the Geminids, and then I have, what's it called? Soul Cage from him.
All right,
to make you fight last.
I'm going to try to dispel that. The 7, I get +1, so I'm looking for 7 on dice. All right, dispelled.
All right, so it is gone. So then we will try and do, I think, a cheeky play here, because possibly expecting a double turn, is I'm going to check the range. Because I have to look this up, because I'm not remembering. Within 12. Does that hit your big boy?
No, I should pull back a little for the base.
Do I need to pull back?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because of the B. I'm just going to move this for 1 second. Yeah, out of range, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do think this is a cheeky move. I'm going to try and do Soul Cage from him onto through the spell portal and then onto that unit of 8.
All right.
So this will go off on a 6. Goes off with a 10.
All right.
So they have to fight last, and they
until your next year phase.
Until the next year phase, and they cannot retreat.
Okay.
I think lastly, she's gonna try and cast the Geminids.
Lady of Linder.
Lady of Linder.
All right. Is this your last spell for the turn?
This is my last spell for the turn.
All right.
So it goes off on a 7. Does not go off.
All right. So, how do you feel about your spell so far getting off?
Ooh, I only got, I think, what, 2 spells off? No, I got 3 because I got the spell portals off.
You got Mystic Shield.
I got Mystic Shield, spell portal,
and Soul Cage.
And Soul Cage. So
not bad.
Not bad. The Soul
I dispelled
Cage
1. I did dispel 1, so that you would have had 4 out of 6, which is pretty good. But me dispelling 1, I chose it wisely. You know, he rolled a 7. I needed a 7 on dice average, getting the +1. I knew I could beat it on average, so I went with that. So we're going to go into Grant's movement phase with the Nighthaunt.
You know what, because I don't.
All right, so in the movement phase, round his guys up, we're able to grab the objective, kind of move the chain gas revenants over this way. Really went heavy this flank. So the narrative for this one is, so there's a ghost town that is occupied by the Nighthaunt, and the ogres, marching through the forest, encroached on their important tomb, which is one of the Nagash's chosen souls that are going to be resurrected shortly. So they're really freaked out, want to go after the ogres, and the ogres just want to see what ghosts taste like.
I want to get them out of my spooky woods in town. I want those ogres out of here.
Gonna eat you. Alright, so we have no shooting, no charges. So we're going to return with Mawtribes turn 1. So the ogre hero phase, I get myself 1 command point, puts me at 2 on the red. I have 1 spell to cast and a +1 with the Slaughter Master. I do have, my original spell is
Blood Feast, I believe
Blood Feast, which would be pick a unit wholly within 18, they get +1 attack. I was initially going to target these guys, but it requires line of sight, and this, with an inch going across, blocks line of sight. So actually, I'm going to use a Shish Realm spell called
Soul Shroud?
Soul Shroud?
Yeah, Soul Shroud. It gives you...
I get to ignore spells until my next hero phase.
Yep, it goes on
so
6.
there is a Soul Cage in there, making them fight less as it is. So I'll be able to negate that, and allow them to possibly crash in if I so choose. So, I need a 5 on dice, because I'm getting +1 for being near my Mawpot. I get a 12.
Can't stop it.
Grant is not able to stop it, so these guys remove their spell. They're now free. That is my hero phase. So I'm going to return with my movement phase. Alright, ogre movement phase. Ran up my Iron Guts, my Tyrant. 2 Iron Blasters went this way. They can't see his hero, because if you go with him through 1 inch, you can't see. So these 2 will just be shooting into the chain rasps. I spread my Nobblers out, moved him up outside of 3, so if he were to get a charge, he would not be contesting or grabbing this objective. I kind of spread these guys out to make the deep strike for the Banshees a little more difficult. I just moved him up slightly. I moved these guys up 8, these guys up 8. They're Unit 2, Unit 8. And I moved him up 14. Because when ogres are hungry, when there's no enemies within 3 inches, they get +2 movement. So I really hoofed it. So now we're going to go into my shooting phase. I'm going to pop a command point from my Tyrant here to allow these guys to get extra shots. So they're going to get 2 shots each into those chain rasps. So they have Trophy Rock, but it's not a hero, so it's not relevant. So I need 4s to hit. And I need a 2 to wound. Now, I have -2 Ren, but as you know, Nighthaunt, they ignore Ren because they're ethereal.
Now, was that both of your Iron Blasters
Yes.
or 1? Okay, that's both. Alright, so I have a 5-up.
He passes it,
Okay.
so that stinks. Now over here, at the start of the shooting phase, I should have started with that. He gets to choose a unit within 9 inches and roll 6 dice from the Nobbler Blast Keg. It's a once per game, and I roll 6 dice for each 6 plus. It is D3 mortal wounds to the unit, but you add 1 to that dice roll of a 6 plus for each increment of 10 in the target unit. So both these Chain Rasp units have 20 models. It would get +2. So 4s could do D3 mortal wounds. So I'm looking at you get these lead belchers in this combat over here. I'm pretty sure I could crush them pretty easily. So I'm not sure if I want to throw the Blast Keg into them or those Chain Rasps over there. Granted, he can heal back if I don't kill completely, so it might be worth just throwing him in there, because I'm looking to get the Stonehorn maybe in this charge if I can. Kind of use my base against the side of this building to really negate the amount of models he can get around to attack and in subsequent turns. So I'm going to throw it into...
Trying to decide which spooky boys you're trying to blow up with a barrel.
Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out what I want to kill. So I think I'm just going to target this unit of Chain Rasps here. So I'm going to roll 6 dice, and each 4 plus is D3 mortal wounds.
A lot of mortal wounds. Ooh, boy.
Okay, so I have 5. So now I'm going to roll for the D3s. 4 plus.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mortal wounds, which Grant gets to save on
A 6 plus.
6 plus.
So 10. Looking for 6s, none. So it's going to be 10.
So I chopped down half the unit right there. I kind of like that.
I do think if I make it a farther charge for you, then you went on this unit.
Yes,
That's right.
that was my thought. If I did that unit, you could pull models away, making it more difficult for my Stonehorn to charge on.
Yeah. So we'll do front row because it don't matter. 3, 6.
Didn't expect a Nobbler Blast Keg to spook this many ghosts.
No, I didn't expect to speak this many, but
Good roll. It was a good roll.
It was a good roll. Yep. So, oh no, I gotta keep 1 inch currency, so I get rid of this guy. So that's 10.
All right. I'm going to start off with shooting the 2d3 from these guys because they moved. And I'm going to shoot Reichner. See if I can chip off some wounds. And if I do, maybe I'll choose to target the 8 block. They will get -1 to hit, so it's 5s. But, let's say it's just 2 guys. So I get 4 shots, needing 5s to hit. Oh boy, they like that.
They're trying to hit.
And now they need 3s to wound. 2 wounds, -1, but you don't care.
So I need a 4 up. So he takes 1.
Pass fail. And does he have a deathless save?
Yes, he has a 6 up. So unfortunately, he doesn't get his own 5 up for the battalion ability. He just has his 6 up still.
So he has 6 wounds remaining.
Yes. So he has 6 left.
So, I still think I'm actually going to shoot my 8 D3 shots into the Bladegeist Revenants back there. It might force him to keep him back to heal him, but if I could, they're 1 wound each, so I might have a chance to kill these units if I roll pretty well.
You could, yeah. I mean, the 4 up will hopefully keep me there. 4 up, 5 up, but them being 1 wound, they definitely can drop pretty quickly.
Alright, so I'm going to roll my 8 D3 shots. So I have 3, 6, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and we'll be back. Alright, so 16 shots from the Lead Belchers into the Bladegeist Revenant sitting in the back. Thought he was safe back behind the Spirit Ghost and Chain Rasp, but these ogres can shoot. I am looking for 4s this time. Not a great roll. I think I rolled, not great.
Okay, that makes me feel a little safer.
And I'm looking for 3s. So I got 3 pluses. So Grant needs to make 3 4-ups.
4 ups?
And then he has 5 up death saves from his battalion.
5 up.
He is good. Didn't take a single one. Alright, we're going to be back with my charge phase.
But no, do it your way.
Alright, so starting the charge phase, I'm going to start with the Stonehorn over here. See what he gets. He got himself a 7. So he is going to make it in over here. And he gets to roll 7 impact hits.
And these need 4s, right?
They need 4s.
Sure.
So 7 because I'm a beast, a monster, or I'm 8 or more ogres. So I'm looking for 4s to do mortals. And that was good with 4.
Alright, now my death save still. So I need 6s. So failed those.
4 guys die. Now I'm going to go with this big block of 8 ogres. I need a short charge, but if I get a far one, I might want to see what I can do. So I got 6. I'm going to have to keep the 6, so I will be back. Alright, so they charged in right there. I'm going to roll the 6s. I need 4s again, because that's a unit of 8 to do mortal wounds. So I do 4 again.
Alright, I have my 6 up. So no, 4 more.
Those guys have lost 14 before the combat phase has started.
I think I'm going to try and remove some attacks here. Ooh, he keeps me... No, I think it's fine. Because if they're living, they're going to need... There.
So I think I'm going to charge with these 2 ogres. I need a far charge, but if it's a far charge, I roll more dice for my impact hits. And I might be able to chew up these guys, hold them up in combat. We'll see. So I got a 7. I believe that's going to be short. Grant, you mind measuring for me?
Yeah, I think a 7. This would be a little... Yeah, that's 7 for me.
That's going to be out. So, I also ignore the scratches on my hand. I belong to a raccoon fighting club. The rules are a bit different. I can talk about it. But undefeated so far. Had a close match. So now we're going to come back with the combat phase. Alright, so the start of the combat phase. Going with the Frost Lord. Against these chain rasps. Going to start off with the Frost Spear. Needing 3s to hit. I need 3s to wound. 3 wound. No rend. Well, rend 1. He just doesn't care about it.
So 5 up. So fail 1.
Oh.
So what's the damage on
That's
that?
damage 3.
Okay, so it's we'll keep a wound pile, right?
So now I'm going to go with punches and kicks, which are 3 attacks, 3s, 3s, no rend 1. Oh!
They're hitting.
Give me that frightful touch. So I have 2, no rend, so 2 regular saves.
5 up. So 1 more wound.
Alright. Now I'm going to go with the rock hard horns, and with my mount trait of black clatter horn, I get +1 to hit, so they will need 3s to hit.
He's hitting.
Alright, now I need
3s?
3s. I wasn't sure if it was 2s. I know some monsters have 2s on their big ones. 3s. So I get 4. Rend 2 normally, but he ignores.
Looking for 5s. So pass 1.
And that is 4 damage each.
So that's another 12.
And now I have my D6 Crushing Hooves. 5. Good numbers. So again, with Crushing Hooves, I need 3s to hit and 2s to wound.
They're hitting. He's stomping on some ghosts.
Oh, he's crushing them. And 2s. 4. Rend 1. You don't mind.
Looking for 5s. They do have reroll save rolls, so of 1, so we'll reroll those. The
Dice gods.
2 more 1s.
So
what's the damage on that?
So those are D3 plus 1
Okay.
each. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 1 each. 1, 2, 3,
So
9 more
9.
damage.
All right.
So how many saves in that total is that, Grant?
That is a lot.
Very helpful.
10. I gotta count it up real quick.
Oh, it is a lot.
20. 25. 6 ups.
So math says they're dead.
Yes.
Yes. I'm quick on math. Yes.
Oh, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to say. I'm trying to think. I need what? Yeah, 4 have died. I need a bunch of 6s here. Don't think it's enough. Only 4. So 21. That's still the unit.
That is the unit. So also he did some 4, I think, on the charge as well. So he did 25 wounds. That ignores Ren, which is one of his biggest attributes. So now, smashing and bashing. Just kidding. We're going to come back with the the chain rasps fighting the lead belchers. Alright, so we have 6 chain rasps going in this unit of 8 ogres. Let's see what you can do with 12 attacks.
So I need 4s normally, and then I need 3s because they're within 12 of a Guardian of Souls.
They need to be wholly within 12?
Yeah, but I believe they should be wholly within 12. They actually might be out of range now. Nope, they're out of range. So they're going to be 4s. one guy's a little farther back.
Bet you wish you had Frightful Touch on those guys.
Oh, I wish I did. 4s. 3.
3.
No
3 5-up saves from the Lead Belchers. Pass 1. Take 2 wounds. I'll put a wound marker over there in a second. And we'll be back with the Ogre Paladin. Alright, so Ogre's Paladin able to get one more guy in. So I have 5 guys, including my champ, which will be 11 attacks. Needing 3s.
And this is where they're hitting me with their good old cannons, right?
Oh, they're hitting the cannon clubs. Are smacking. Now 3s to wound. So we have 6 so far.
Alright, so I'm just going to use these. I need 5s.
Alright, that's 10 damage so far.
10 damage so far.
Now I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bites, which are 3s and 3s. 3 more.
Alright, so same thing, 5s. So 1 more.
Alright, and that's a damage 1.
Total of 11 6s.
11 6s.
And they are dead.
Alright, so killing both chain resp units, definitely solid on the Ogre end. I initially was going to use the Iron Blast and the Gut Guard Battalion over there to kind of crash down on this flank, but it seemed the Stonehorn was able to do it himself for 400 points. I sure hope he could. So we are going to be back for the objective points. My guys are worth 2 points, and they're worth 2 models each because they're large. It's an Ogre Special Rules, so I get this objective for 2. I do not get this one, but I'm close because my monster counts as 10. So as soon as I get him up, I might be able to steal his objective. Might force him to split his flank again. And over here, they're still only worth 2 because they're not a monster keyword. So I still have 4 guys, quote unquote, on here. So I will be gaining 2, 4, and my back objective for 5. 2 grants, 3. He received 1 in his zone.
Yep.
And 2 for over there when running his chain rest 6 inches forward. So we'll be back with the turn roll. Alright, we're back with the turn roll. Mawtribes getting a 5.
I do win ties, so I need a 5 or 6.
Gets a 1. So I am going to take it. I'm going to see if I can clean this up. If not, if he went, his Lydia Linder there could be doing 2d6 mortal wounds plus to the Stonehorn, and then the Blade Geist Revenants could just come around the building, they fly, and wipe them up, and over here you just multi-charge and kill a good chunk of my army. That'd be almost 800 points right there. So I'm gonna take turn 2.
Makes a lot of sense.
I'm going to.
I think Nighthaunt have I gotta bank on a lot of 4-up saves right now to keep myself in this game, but this might be a quick one.
All right, so I'm gonna go in with my spell, the Feast.
Blood Feast. Give
Blood
yourself an
Feast.
extra attack.
18. I will measure that real quick. Grant, you mind help me out?
Yeah. Measuring it to Big Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So I need a 7, but I'm within 1 inch of the pot, so I get +1. So I'm looking for 6 on dice. Higher the number, the better. So I get a 9 + 1, 10. Grant, you gonna try to unbind it?
Try to unbind it.
All right. So my Stonehorn gets +1 all of his melee attacks. That's gonna help out because I'm trying to go around there and crush some of those revenants.
Yep, the Blade Guys.
So I'm gonna come back with my movement phase. Alright, for the shooting phase, I am going to pop a command point, so I'll be back down to 1 because I gain 1 for the turn, I'm red. And I'm going to shoot the first Iron Blaster into this hero guy. What's that?
The Guardian of Souls.
Guardian of Souls.
Try and kill him.
So 2 shots, he's still within 3 inches of his Blade Geist Revenants, so I still need the 4s. No.
He's dodging.
I'm going to shoot the second one into the same target, needing 4s. 2 hits, I need 2s to wound, 2 wound, -2 Rambo, you don't care.
Alright, so I still have a 4-up. So he takes 1.
Takes 1 and d6 damage. 5. Enough to kill him if he doesn't pass a single death save.
He'll be fine. He's a spooky boy. He is not fine.
He was
a little
spooked by the ogres. So over here, I did move these 2 ogres. I kept them still here. So I'm going to get 2d3 shots over here. I'm going to shoot Reichner and see if they can chip off another wound or 2. So d3 shots. I get 2 shots. I need 5 because I -1 to hit. Nope. And now the 8d3 shots.
A D6, you didn't move.
D6, thank you, Grant.
You're welcome.
6, 7. They are going to go into... They'll go into... the Bladegeist Revenants. Bladegeist Revenants.
This one or this one?
The one on the left, because my attempt is to get the Stonehorn to smash those guys. So I'm going to kill this Bladegeist Revenants. I'm going to roll the 8d6.
You're going to try and kill the Bladegeist Revenants.
I'll try. So this is d6 shots. I'm getting 15, 26. So I'll be back with the hit rolls. So I rolled it off camera. I got 12 hits on the Bladegeist over there. Now I need 3s to wound. So it looks like I missed with 4. So 8 wounding rolls. Right. -1 round, but he does not mind.
I have a 4-up. Ooh, that was good.
No, that was good. That was good.
Fail 3. And then this is all damage 1, right?
Damage 1.
So I have 5-ups. So fail those, so I do lose 3 Bladegeists.
Alright, 3 Bladegeists. We are going to go in the charge phase. So now, I'm going to charge my Stonehorn with that unit of Bladegeist over there. Don't need a far charge, but the higher the number, the more potential mortal wounds on the charge.
Give me snake eyes.
I got 6. I'm going to keep the 6 because I had an unfortunate game where I had a 3-inch charge. Rerolled it because I rolled a 3, and I failed it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the mortal wound impact hits. So I did get 4 mortal wounds. Let's see if Grant's 6-up death saves could save them.
Do get a 5-up from Reichner.
Oh, yeah, the battalion.
Didn't help, but I still block 1, so I lose 3.
So plunk 3 down. I am going to charge the unit of 8. Not sure where yet. Most likely going to be multi-charge. They go 8. So I could, get close to Lady Linder there, and try to pump in the potential 8 mortal wounds into her. But we're going to be back after my charge. Alright, so did the charge roll. Got the 8 guys up here hitting Reichner, the Spirit Hosts, and Lord Torment underneath.
Yep, yeah, Spirit Tormentor.
These 2 charged up, got a 6, just to get the Spirit Hosts in combat, to keep these guys 3 inches away from these ogres and these ogres. So I'm going to roll the 6 mortal wounds, possibly, onto the Spirit Hosts, looking for 6s. Hey, 3 of them. That's real good.
Alright, so they'll get a 6-up. No, it does drop a base.
Killed a host already.
Drop that one.
Now I rolled an 8 with these guys, and the guy I'm going to choose is Reichner, because a lot of my ogres are split with this combo charge. I got some guys on the Spirit Host over here. I got some on Reichner, the Lord Torment, so I don't know. I'm not too confident how well these guys are going to do, so I'm going to throw the 8 into Lord Reichner and see if I can hurt him. Looking for 4s.
Ooh.
Oh, Lord.
Is that 7?
7. Enough to kill him.
All right.
+1.
He just needs he only has a 6-up. So let's see. He passes.
Oh, yeah, he's alive.
3, but he does take 4 and goes down to
2 wounds left. Oh, this is interesting. So the unit of 8 got the impact hits on 4 pluses because it's a unit of 8 or more. They have not lost a model yet, where these guys need it on 6s because they're under 8 or not a monster. So that's my charge phase. I'm going to come back with the combat phase.
Alright. So what are you doing at the start of the combat phase?
Alright, I'm going with the Stonehorn against the Bladegeist Revenants first, because it would be silly not to go with the Stonehorn.
And I believe we talked about at the start of the combat phase, you're not using the command points, but I'm using 2 to give these Bladegeist Revenants and Reichner both all-out defense.
Alright, reroll save rolls of 1. Definitely can help out.
Yeah.
Especially with the Bladegeist Revenant still getting a 5-up from Reichner. So I'm going to go with a +1 attack, because my Blood Feast that went off, onto all of his attacks. So he'll get 5 attacks on his Frost Spear. Needing 3s. 3s to wound. 1 wound. -1, but you don't mind.
So I need a 4-up.
Alright, that would be 3 damage.
Alright.
Now I'm going to go with the punches and kicks, which is 3 normally, +1 for the Blood Feast. So 3s to hit. 3s to wound. 1 wound, no rend.
So 4-up. Ooh, damage?
Damage 1.
Okay.
So now I have 7 attacks for the horns. 1 +1 for 6 +1, because the Blood Feast spell. And with the Black Clatterhorn, they're hitting on 3s. So 3 misses. And 3s. 3 wounds.
So I'm looking for some 4-ups. Oops, so I got 1, 1. They do 4. So that's
So that'd be
damage.
4 damage each, so 8
8
damage.
more damage. All right.
And then I got the crushing hooves, so d6 attacks. 6. Been getting lucky with those rolls. So +1 because the blood feast, so 7 attacks. 3s to hit. 2s to wound. So we're looking at 5 -1, but he doesn't mind.
So once again, 4 ups. That was a little better, so failed 1.
Oh wow, that's a lot better.
And that's, I think,
D3 +1. That's going to be 3 extra damage.
Alright. So,
There's a chance they could lift, Grant.
I still have a 5 up. So I've got 15 5 ups.
But I think there's still a couple left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There
6, 7,
should be
8.
No, 6 left. 7 left.
7. All right, some of the heroes look
Yep.
close to me.
Yeah. A lot of, a little bit ghosty all
Yeah.
around. So I'm looking for 5s. Ooh, that does not look like enough. Only got 4 out of the 15. So it's 11 wounds.
So that wipes the unit.
Goodbye,
So,
Blade-Geists.
We'll be back with Grant's selection with many units they can attack with. All right, we're back. Now, Grant, what unit did you choose to fight the Lead Belchers?
So I'm probably going to go, I have a couple choices. I'm probably going to go with Reichner here.
So his choices are the Lord Torment.
Yep. So yeah, Spirit Tormentor, Reichner, or the 2 Spirit Hosts. I think Reichner has the most amount of attacks here. That's really going to help me out. So he is 4 attacks.
All right, so 4 attacks from Reichner, getting reroll hit rolls of 1.
Yep.
So
So yeah, we'll swing.
reroll
that
all
first.
hit rolls. I
Yeah,
apologize.
he rolls all hit rolls because if you know 5 or more, and any 6s will be 2 mortal wounds.
Oof.
So let's see what I get. So 1 hit, 2 misses, 3 misses. We'll reroll those though. So and he needs 4s. So 2 hits.
2 hit.
He does need 2s to wound because he's within range of a Guardian Soul. So 2s. So that's going to be 2 and -1, 2 damage.
Ooh, so 6s. I need 6s for these guys. Got 1.
Got 1.
So I'll take 2 damage, which will kill an ogre.
And then the horse will kick you. He needs 3 attacks at 4s, rolling 1s because this Spirit Torment's within range.
So 2 hit,
So
and a
we'll roll
reroll.
that, so that misses. And then 4s, but +1 to wound from the Guardian Soul. So 1 at no round, 1 damage.
Alright, so I need a 5 up. Alright, so I take a wound, and I will on another, and it kills 1 ogre. So he's got, this one has 3 left, and this ogre's dead. Alright, we'll be back with the ogres pile in an attack. Alright, so we piled in. We got a heck of a fight going on here. I'm actually allocating 2 guys into the Spirit Torment, 2 into Reichner, including the champion. Then I have 3 into the Spirit Host. So all their attacks, including the bites, will go into the ones I just allocated. So I'm going to start with the 4 attacks into the Spirit Torment. 3s to hit from the clubs. 2 hit. And I need 3s to wound. No wounds, but I'm just going to go with their gulping bites, needing 3s and 3s. 2 hit. 3s to wound. No wound. Oh, the Spirit Torment is tanky. So now I'm going for the 2 guys, one is the champion, into Reichner. So that's going to be 5 attacks. 3s to hit. So 4 hit. And 3s to wound. 4 wound.
You're hitting them. All right.
Ren 1, but he doesn't mind.
So he'll take his 4 up. So he does have all defense. So I'll reroll the 1.
Alright, he's looking for this big 4. He gets it. It's only 2 damage so far,
Damage,
which is
alright.
2 on him, but I'm going to go for the gulping bites. Let's see what we can do. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. No. So he has
A6 to live here.
A6. Oh.
Down goes Reichner.
And Reichner goes down. Beautiful model. Good job in the paint job, Grant.
Thank you.
And I'm going to go with the last 3 into the Spirit Host. Again, it happens all at the same time. We just broke it up because they were allocated from the beginning and different. So with 3 guys, they get 2 attacks each, making a total of 6. 3s to hit. Sorry, I thought I dropped 1. 3s to wound. So I got 3 wounds.
So I need 4s. So that's, I believe, 2 damage each, right?
2
So
damage
6
each, so it's
damage.
6. And then I have the
Alright.
3 gulping bites. 3s to hit. And 3 to wound. 1 more.
All right. So we'll take a 4 up as well. Pass it.
Alright, look
So
at
we'll
you.
take the 6 damage. They do still have their death save.
He needs 1 6 to keep them both alive. Oh, that was a 6,
sixes.
but it bounced
It was.
over. So
Goodbye,
2
Spirit
Spirit
Hosts.
Hosts die. So it looks like the Blade Guys are going to be actually be in combat. I think I tried, but with my pile-in, I think I a dirty pile and didn't keep that in mind. So they might go in and attack. You gonna try that, Grant? Or are you gonna go with the Spirit Torment first?
I guess I'll go with these guys first.
All right, so we'll pile in and be back. We're back with the Blade Guys that piled in. A couple are still out of range, only with 1 inch reach. But still enough guys in there to get some of these lead belchers. Some aren't even looking at them. They're just hungry for Lady Olinder. Not even for these guys anymore. So go ahead, Grant. They get 2 attacks, I believe.
Yep,
what do they need to hit?
They get 2 attacks. There are 3s. If they're within range of a Spirit Torment, they reroll all failed hit rolls.
Which is that guy right there.
Yep. So it'll be 4 guys. So 8 attacks, looking for 4s rerolling, and then 3s rerolling, and then 3s to wound.
Still pretty good.
So let's see.
All right,
So,
2 missed. You get to reroll them. Or is
4
it
missed.
4?
Oh no, you're right. 3, because 3's hit. And then reroll those. So
all
1
right,
misses.
all but 1. Good so far. Now we need 3s.
Now we need 3s here.
Oh, not
So,
that great.
Not
So
as good. So 4. So 4 at -1, 1 damage.
can still kill another ogre consistently. Force a battle shock. Yep. So 4 just completely chunks this ogre, and the 1 wound travels over to him. All right, and I believe I'm done all my activations. So the last to fight is the Spirit Torment. Hopefully he doesn't get burnt.
Yes. So it's just him left now. He has 3 attacks. 4s. He does reroll hit rolls of 1 because he gives himself his own ability. So I'm looking for 4s rolling 1s. So we get to reroll that. So that still misses. And then he needs a 3, but he's wholly within 12 of a Guardian Souls. This guy here. So he'll need a 2 to wounds. So it does wounds. And this is Ren 2 D3 damage.
Ooh. So I get no save, so it's just D3 damage.
So I'm hoping to roll the 3.
Oh, and he gets another ogre.
Which I think means I killed 3 ogres.
That's 3 ogres this turn killed. Battle shock. I got no. My general might be within 12 here, so we might be able to use the my last command point to keep around. We'll find out when it comes to that. So I guess actually now it is the
battle shock phase. Yep.
The battle shock phase. You mind measuring, Grant, for me?
Yeah,
see if
I think you're within 12. Oh, you're definitely within 12.
I'm totally within 12. So my normal bravery is, I believe, a 5.
I will.
But when they are eating, that's when ogres, the other side of the hunger rule.
6.
So the hunger rule is if they're not within 3 inches of an enemy model, they get to add +2 movement if they have the ogre keyword, which everything in my army does except for the Noblars in the back. And if they're within 3 inches of an enemy, they are eating and they get +2 bravery. So they are actually bravery 6 base. Grant just checked for me.
Yep.
And they get +2 because I'm within 3 inches. So if you put me at bravery 8, but I'm at a -1 for being eating. Here's guys.
Nighthaunt. So you're effectively -4 to bravery
So
total.
I'm at a bravery. So it'd be 8 -4. I have 4. So a 5 or 6 could make guys run away.
Yes. And Lady Olinder would make an additional guy run away if someone did run.
Okay, that definitely determines whether or not I was going to do it. I was going to chance it. But you know what? I'm going to have to spend my last command point and give them Inspiring Presence.
All right.
So now we are going to go to...
Well, in the battle check phase for me, since I killed 3 models.
Oh,
this
yeah.
Spirit Torment can bring back D3 to something within 6. So it'll be these guys. We'll just see how many brings back. Brings back 2.
All right.
So if you don't mind, you grab those 2 guys, 2 of those 3. All sticking together. Just kind of put these guys. I guess we'll put 1 here.
Actually, the combat phase, I apologize, is not over yet. So before that, so those we'll keep that for
okay.
2. These guys will actually get to pile in because
Oh,
they
that
did
is
charge this
true.
turn.
So I'll take these guys off for now. So we'll do this real quick.
So I get 2 ogres, 1 being the champ. They will get 3s to hit. So 3 hit and 3s to wound. 3 -1 rend, you don't mind.
4s. So I failed.
So it'd be 4 damage. Now I'm gonna go for gulping bites.
Yep.
2 hit, 3s to wound, 1 more wound, so 4 up save.
4 up. This passes it.
All right, so then you have 4 deathless minion
But I
saves.
only get a 6 up because Reichner's gone.
Ooh.
So 3 more would die. So I guess we'll remove 1, 2, and then 3. And I think the 2 I'm going to put back will be in the same spot. 1 here, and then 1.
So now losing 3. Your bravery is what?
I lost. That means I lost 3 more. So I lost 6 total.
I think I gave you -1 for my Bellary screaming at you.
I'm just going to use. I have 3 command points. Nothing better to use them on. Just use them on this.
Sounds good.
So he will give them inspiring presence.
And we'll be back for Grant's hero phase of turn 2. Alright, so at the end of my turn, I actually was foolish and pulled my models off, but I think it was worth it for cleaning up all the heroes over there and the Spirit Host. So I still got 1 from mine. Difficult to see. Where is it? Right there.
Even Nobbler's standing on it.
It's right there.
He's protecting it with
I
his
can
life.
still get 2 for this objective over here. And my Stonehorn counts as 10 models. He's the only one within 3 inches, so he gets that one as well for 4. So I get 4, 5, 6, 7. Puts my total on the green dice to 12. To Grant's current on the single purple at 3. So we know Grant's at a disadvantage here. Quite a big one, because I'm just going to pan out. I still have half my force over here. I pretty much kind of cleaned up his army with 2 units. So we're going to go ahead. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. And
yeah,
we want to play it out a little so viewers can see what Nighthaunt can do in some dire situations, or even if they're in a more fortuitous situation, how much more of an impact it can do in the game.
Yep.
So Grant, what are your thoughts right now so far?
Well, right now, I definitely think I had some issues with the list. I think the chain rasps were just not starting up at 20 mans. I think for this turn, I'm going to try and bring back as many of the Blade Guys as I can. I have a lot of, with the Shire spells, a lot of mortal wounds I can do. I'm looking for moral victories right now. So I want to try and kill this guy, if I can.
Who's that?
The Stonehorn. So
you get away from him.
I got Lady
Good
Lunar
eye.
can pump out 2d6 right now, and I got
2d6 what?
2d6 mortal wounds, so she is an hourglass.
So-
She can either heal herself or do it to an enemy hero.
You're talking about the lady whose just face is just hiding in the building, hiding from what's going on around her?
Because she's giving me the surprise. She's going to turn around and lift the veil, which can do another d6.
She actually is looking to get around to that window and scare people sleeping.
Yeah, that's the whole point. She's just here to spook people. That's what we do in this town, is we spook the people.
They realize they can't spook the ogres, so they're going to go for the townspeople.
Yep.
So go ahead, Grant, and
Yeah,
take it away with
so
your hero phase. You get 1 command point. Yep. You used all 3, 2 on all-out defense, and 1 to keep the Blade Geist Revenants around.
I'm running.
So now you have 1 command point. So let's see what you're going to do, bud.
So he's going to try and bring
Who
back...
is that?
So my Guardian of Souls, his command trait is rule over the Night Host. It brings back D3 models to a unit within 9 inches. So I'm going to pick this unit here.
The Blade Geist
Blade
Revenants?
Geist Revenants on a D3. He gets 2 back.
I'm going to remove this wound counter.
So now I'm debating whether or not... I think I just want to do some mortal wounds. So before I cast his spell, which could bring back another... Because I can... He has an artifact that will make it D6 plus 3. So I can guarantee bring back the other 2 models.
So you could guarantee bringing back D6 plus 3 to the Blade Geist Revenant.
Yes.
But how many models are in the unit now?
There's 8, so I'm only bringing 2 back, where I think D3 Mortal Wounds against him might be a little better.
Against this
And
turn.
yeah.
So what spell are you going to start off with, Grant?
So I think we're going to start off with Word of Ending. It is from the Realm of Shire spell, so he's going to cast it.
All right.
It's pick an enemy hero within 12 inches, so we got it there. It goes off on a 6, and I roll a dice. If I roll equal to or higher than the number of wounds allocated to him, I do D3 Mortal Wounds.
So he's got no wounds allocated, so you're just going to do an auto D3.
So looking for a 6. Get it with a 7.
All right. I might be out of range.
I think should be plenty within range. I'll check for you. 30 inches. I think the only wizard you're... No, you're
There's my Solar Master right there.
all of my wizards. So you're
All
good.
right, so let's see if I could possibly get this to spell. What'd you get it on?
I rolled a 7. So you would need a 7 on dice. So you stop
And
it.
I do stop that. Boxcars
right.
+1, 13. Plan's kind of... So I have no more dispels, Grant, so now you're free range to do some mortal wounds.
Do you have some spells? So I think the first thing I'll start with is she will do her Hourglass. So I pick it enemy within 6.
This is a once per game?
Once per game. Go. So within 6. She could either heal herself D6 or do D6 mortal wounds. So we'll do it to the big guy.
Nice.
So he'll take D6. So we'll take 1.
Takes 1 mortal wound. He does have a 5-up against it. Stone skin, stone skeleton. So he fails that.
Alright.
He's going to move on over you guys.
And I believe he has 14 wounds total.
He's got 14 total, so he's at 13 left.
For you. So now she'll lift the veil. So it is a D6 roll. On a 2+, you'll take that many mortal wounds. On a 1, you take nothing.
So if you roll 3, it'd be 3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, 3 mortal wounds. Yep, yeah. So looking for higher numbers here. So let's see what I get. 5.
5.
So 5 mortal
Ooh.
wounds.
So let's see if I can negate any of those on a 5-up. None. So he's now taking a total of 6 wounds, bringing him down to 8 remaining. Lady Linda is no joke in combat either.
No, so...
But you're not done, are you?
Not that one. I do have some more spells.
But wait, there's more!
There is definitely more. So, another Shyish spell is Soulflay. It goes off on a 7. So I pick an enemy here within 12. If it goes off, he'll take D3. If I roll a 3, he also loses 2 to his bravery characteristic. Which might come into play later with her Banshee Scream. So let's see if it goes off. I need a 7. Does not cast.
Does not go off.
That is fine. She herself does have Lifestealer, so to do another way to do D3. This goes off on a 7 as well.
All right, so off. D3. Go ahead and roll that D3, Grant.
D3 will be 1.
1, so let's see if my 5-up can negate it. That is a 2. So that is a fail.
So you go to 6 wounds. She could heal from this, but she's at full health.
All right.
And I think the last thing I'm going to cast is... That was all of those. I think he's just going to possibly cast an Arcane Bolt. I don't necessarily think...
Maybe a Soul Cage, make my unit fight less, because I might be able to go with the Stonehorn if you don't kill him.
It's true. I'm hoping I can do... Well, my logic is if I... No, you're Bravery 9. So... Well, the problem is he knows he's Shameless. He doesn't know...
Which is minus what?
Minus 1 to wound me. And it's a unit wholly within 12, which I don't even think he is any of these guys. So he wouldn't be able to cast on them. So that's one thing that he's pretty much Arcane Bolt or heal these guys two more models. And I think
Arcane Bolt might help out.
Arcane Bolt plus a Banshee Scream I think can maybe kill him, so I don't have to fight him, so I just have to do this combat. So
All right, so you're looking for a big number here.
Give me a 10. Ooh, one
on
shy.
A 10 plus, Arcane Bolt does D3 mortal wounds, but he rolled a 9.
So I'll take the 1.
So he'll do a mortal wound. Let's see if I can ignore it on a 5. And I don't, so I have 5 wounds remaining. So Grant, we are done with the hero phase, so now we're going to go in the movement phase. What do you got going on?
So movement phase honestly isn't too much. It's probably just going to be where is the Dimmy Doodanger, as we've aptly named it.
The Jimmy Do-Gooder. Jimmy Do-Gooder's right there.
Jimmy Do-Gooder. So we're probably just going to do this.
Well, you don't want to throw both into the Stonehorn and guarantee you kill him?
This guy I don't think could kill me if he wanted to.
What's the attack profile?
He is. So you have to check it because he never fights. He would be 3 attacks at 3/3 -1/1. Not that good.
Everything that helps, but okay, your prerogative.
So he's going to move to here.
3 inches away from those lead belchers.
Yep, and it's mostly just so he can make sure these guys will be +1 to wounds when they decide to fight.
Definitely worth it. Did not know that.
We want to be... She will probably just move up here.
Gonna turn her around, face her death.
I mean, look at the things she's going to kill. We'll see. Okay, cool. Still within 10, so I can Banshee Scream at you.
Lifting the veil, she lifted up the back of her head, apparently just did some mortal wounds to me.
Well, she did the whole Exorcist thing. She just turned her head around.
Man, she's almost as ugly as your mama.
I mean, that's a fair statement. She is very ugly. So we'll go to shooting phase.
All right.
So he does the Banshee. She does her Banshee Scream. So your bravery characteristic is 9.
9.
So I have to roll over
above.
9.
Ooh, close but no cigar.
And then I'll roll for
the lead belchers, who will be bravery 6 plus 2.
Oh, that is close.
And then -1 for being within 6 inches.
Yep.
So I will be at bravery 7.
So that 8 would have worked. So let's see if I can get the 8 again. No. So doesn't scream at anybody today. So I think for combat, what I'm looking for...
So end of the movement phase. We forgot we're going to bring the Grant's Banshees in. Don't want to forget that.
Don't forget that. Pullman first turn.
I don't want him to, completely overrun me. But
I think they just go to the back objective.
Back.
There's a sneaky thing I was thinking of is putting them 9 away from here, charging in, and just hope that you don't kill. I mean, because it's what, 1 ogre up top.
What's their attack profiles?
It's I'm not going to kill this.
I know.
I'm just trying to think. I think they're 1 attack. Force 3's -1/2 or -2/1.
So I do have no command points left. You could possibly chew a lot of Nobblars and they can run. They don't have high bravery.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It does. It is -2 D3 damage. It is Force 3's -2 D3 damage.
So you could really get no saving these Nobblars, kill a lot of Nobblars. I can't keep them around. And if you get the double turn, you could
I could
Get some 4 points here.
It's a last ditch effort, so I think we will put him over there.
All right, look at him go.
And just sneaking all over the side of the table.
Got 9 inches away. That's my tape measure. No, go yours.
Do you mind if I borrowed?
I do. I do.
Okay. For reference, they're the same tape measure.
No, they're not. Minus
You're right.
minus spackle on it. Here, Grant, you can use my tape measure.
You know, I knew that joke was coming. We all knew it. So you did pretty good about lining back here, so I can't really get in to the objective. So we're just going to go...
That was the purpose of the knob bars. I really spread them out in this weird zigzag. I wasn't making signs in cornfields.
You know what? If I do it this way, this gets me closer to the objective.
Fair assessment.
Oops.
Only move my tape measure.
Touch your tape measure. So we'll put these little spooky banshees.
Your grubby little paws.
Rubby? Oh. Well, I actually have to back up a little more. I apologize.
Did a pretty good job getting the 9 away from the objective. Because at minus 2 D3, he could theoretically kill the Slaughtermaster. Granted, he is... Oh, I've been forgetting to roll for my Slaughtermaster's pot roll every turn.
Really haven't been rolling for the pot. You know what? A lot of your stuff has been out of the range.
It has. I think turn 1 I might have been able to possibly get something. And they were in combat turn 1. So, you know, could have been a lot more, but I think they killed what they needed to actually anyway.
Yeah.
So,
so now we're going to...
Charge phase? Okay, where do you want to start the charge phase off,
I
Grant?
think we're going to start back there just because I can't do
See, because if he
it.
gets a 10 or more, he can attack twice. So he's a good chance of actually, with battleshock, wiping this unit off the board.
So let's see what I get.
So big number, no way, man.
Big numbers. 6. Nope. So they'll just chill back there. Now, for...
All right, who is coming next for the charge?
So Lady Olender is going to charge.
Needing a 3. Can she do it?
I'm looking for the 10. So she rolls Snake Eyes. Luckily, I'll use that last command point.
Woo!
And I will re-roll that. Looking for big numbers. Gets
Ooh! She can pile and attack twice.
So she will... I have to play for the double turn, so I want to get within range of the objective.
12, she flies, so she can get on the other side.
So we'll just fly right over here.
Smart move.
Let's get within range of the objective. Kind of move everything around.
Still
within range of
these
him.
guys might say no on their turn.
I mean, that's very true, but I'm playing for that second turn.
But how about you ready for your attacks, Grant?
Yes, so she is...
So Lady Linder with her attacks on the Stonehorn.
So we'll start with her staff. Staff of Midnight. It's going to be 3 attacks. She needs 3s to hit. No rerolls. So 2 hits, sorry.
Hit.
And then she needs 2s to wound because she's wholly within 12 of the Guardian Souls. So 2s. So those are going to be minus 2 D3 damage.
So 5 ups.
Ooh.
Like a champ.
Now, I still have the Banshee's attacks. There'll be 4s, 3s.
And they can do mortal wounds,
But
right?
6s will do mortal wounds. So I'm just saying, if I get 6 6s here, it was meant to be for him to die.
That is true.
So let's see. Looking for 6s. I got 1. I got 2 hits.
2 additional hits.
So this ends as just a mortal wound, and then these would be 3s. So 2, no rends.
So 2 3 ups.
Yep.
And then 1
mortal wounds.
5 up. Good.
He loves it.
Like a champ. Alright, so now it's my turn to attack, right?
Well, no.
That was your free
charge
Nighthaunt
phase,
charge, so you still get to go in and attack again.
Yeah, now that was in the charge phase, so it is tempting to charge him and fish for the 10 as well.
I'd go for it.
Because even if he doesn't make it, even if he doesn't roll a 10, he can still just choose not to go in. So I'm just going to fish for the 10. Get the 10.
And he gets the 10.
Now, the only thing is it will bring these guys outside of the 12 inches.
They could go the other way, though, and fight those ogres and keep them in there.
He could, but I think I needed to...
Because there's a double turn. If you wipe that unit, you have an entire board over here. The blade guys could pile then into these guys.
No, it's very true. I'm just trying to think of... Because if I put him in here, he's not killing all of them. He's not killing him either, but... I think it is... I guess it is here.
I agree with that. I think it's a smart move, Grant.
Yeah, and then that's going to be 3 attacks at 3s, and then 2s minus 1, 1. So 3s, so 2 hit, and then 3s, so 1 minus 1, 1.
1 at minus 1 gives me a 6 up. No. And it's 1 damage.
Yep.
So I will put a wound counter on Sir George.
Alright. And then now it's the combat phase.
So who are you going to go with first, Grant?
I think Lady Linder has to go first.
You don't want her to die?
Don't want her to die. She's She just still have a 4 up, 6 up, but I don't think it's enough. And I think she has the damage to kill him.
I didn't charge for the +1 damage buff, but I still have a +1 attacks from my spell.
Yes. So she's going to be, once again, 3s and then 2s. So 3s. And then 2s. So that's -2 D3.
So I'm looking for 5s, and then D3 damage each, Grant?
D3. So that's 2.
So we're going to go 5 stone skeletons. Ooh, 4s. So he takes 2 more, he's down to 3.
So I still have the Banshee attacks.
All right.
6s do mortal wounds.
You're looking for those 6s.
Looking for those 6s. 2 6s
And 2 hits. Oh boy.
So it is.
There is a chance that you're telling me there's a chance.
I'm telling you there's a chance that he's going to die. So I need 3s. So 1. So 1, no rend.
3 up.
Okay, so he's definitely going to live, but then 2 mortal wounds.
Or 5s. Takes 1 more, he's at 2 wounds.
Ooh.
So you know what? He's not dead now, so on my turn, I could actually use my Maw Pot and heal everything, including Sir George over there if he's still alive.
That's true.
D3 mortal wounds. So now it's my turn to attack?
Yep, your turn to attack.
I'm going to go ahead with these ogres, and we'll be back. Alright, the ogres just kind of piling around a little so we can hit the Blade Geist Revenants. So one guy's going to have to go into the Spear Torment, and I'm going to send 4, including the champion, into the Blade Geists. So into the Spear Torment, I need 3s. 2 hit. I need 3s to wound. No wounds. Somebody was gulping bite into him. And he missed that too. The Spear Torment 2 turns now has been avoiding combat. So now I'm going to go with my remaining 4 and the champion into the Blade Geist Revenants. I need these guys to crumble. So I need 3s to hit. Not a good one.
All right.
And
good for me.
3s to wound. So I got 3. -1, but you don't mind.
So 4s. So
oh, only 2 damage. So then I have 4 guys with gulping bites. 3s. 2 hit. 3s. 2 more.
Alright. So 4s. Pass them
Champs.
both. And then I'll just roll these for the death saves. Need 6s. Take 1.
Ooh, so I only killed 1?
Yep, only killed 1. So we'll actually get rid of this guy, which I think will take you out of combat.
I think that will take me out of combat, no doubt, Grant. So who are you going to go with now?
Gonna go with the
Blade Geist Revenants.
They'll kind of just sit where they are.
Alright.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4,
Cool.
5,
Figure out the
6.
attacks and be back. Alright, we're back. 14 attacks, 3s are rolling, then 2s to wound due to his buffs.
Yes, so we're looking for those 3s. Rerolling the misses.
Everyone hit.
So they all hit. Then looking for those 2s. There's no rerolls.
You know, since the games we've played, there's not been a single miss from all of those attacks from those units.
That's the thing is when they do fight, I'm rolling well for them when they fight.
So 2s.
2s.
This is gonna hurt.
So it's actually a lot. So that should be 12. Yep. 12 -1, 1.
Let me just use them.
Oh, sure. Let me remove 2 of those. So it should be 12 there.
-1.
-1.
So I'm at 6s. Oh, and I did
roll some 6s.
Oh,
so you
take
saved an ogre there.
Take these dice here. We know what's going on. So 1 ogre. So 1 has 1 wound remaining. Where is it?
There should be 1 remaining.
No.
No, that was 1 damage.
Yeah, 1 damage. So this will kill the one with 1 wound.
Yep. And then
This will kill another ogre, and this will pass another wound over. So I'm picking off 2 ogres. So Sir George and Hank will take 1 over
that
here.
should be out 3 wounds left, right?
3 wounds left. Sorry,
No, you're fine. You want to put on this guy actually? Not breaking the coherency.
I'm still coherency,
Okay.
so I didn't see him. But all right then. Now it's my combat.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Sir Stonehorn here. I'm gonna face her. He likes to see who he's chewing. So we're gonna go with still the extra attacks. He gets 5 attacks from the Frost Spear, needing 3s to hit. So that is 1 hit. 3s to wound. Now, see how it is.
Surviving.
The tides have turned. So the 4 punches and kicks plus 1 from the spell. 1 hit. 1 wound. No rend.
4 up. She loves it.
Ooh. So now we got the 6 the 6 rock hard horns. Oh,
he's bracketed. I did
thank
bracket
you.
him. He's at
I
2 wounds left.
am bracketed, so he has the last one. He has still 2 attacks.
Right.
So we are going to need 3s because Black Clatterhorn, and then 3s. 1.
So 1. So 4 up. She loves
All
it.
right, now we're going to the punches and kicks. 1. All right, so it'll be 2 attacks.
Yep.
I would have 1 more rock hard horn too. So
We'll roll that after this.
4 to hit, so that failed.
Okay.
So now I'm just going to go for the extra rock hard horns.
Yep.
Hit.
What hits?
No. All right. So, roll definitely really poor.
Yeah. Ladle lives to see the day or the night.
For now. So now we're going to go with your little hero over there, Grant.
Yep. So we'll do him first. So he's going to be his 3 attacks at 3s. We're rolling 1s. So we roll the 1. And then he'll be 2s. So 2 at -1, 1.
2 at -1, so 6s. Nope. So I take 2 more damage.
All right, and then lastly, 3 attacks. Looking for 4s, rolling 1s. So 2. And then looking for 2s. So 1 at -2.
Ooh, which takes how much?
D3 damage, 1. But if
All right.
he gets enough to pluck an ogre.
Plucks Hank. All right. You have anyone else over there?
No, that's all my attacks.
All right. So that is the combat phase. So battleshock phase, the ogres over there lost 3.
Yep.
They're still hungry. They're -1, so they're -4 from the bravery of 8. So in a 5-6, someone runs away. Nope.
Nope. They're
But
good.
I broke coherency. That's what Grant was talking about.
Yep.
I didn't see him from the building, so it's my mistake. So I'm just going to pull one away because I broke coherency.
And then since 3 models died, he can bring back D3 models. So he's going to bring back 1.
All right.
So we'll just add in another.
So Grant will be getting 2 victory points this round, and we'll move that so he goes to a total of 5 to my 12, and we'll return with Ogre's turn 3.
Oh no, the dice roll for turn 3.
All right, now for the turn 3 roll.
Yep.
Let's see. Mawtribes gets a 6, and he gets 3. I think I'm going to take it and just kind of.
Now, are you sure you want to take the turn?
I'm going to punch him in the head.
Wait,
The
me?
spooky boys are going to get crushed right now.
All right.
So I'm going to start in my hero phase. I'm going to pick a unit Holuthan 18. So Grant, can you measure and see if any of those Iron Guts or anyone's in range to get received
18?
Blood Feast?
Did you need visibility for that, by the way? or
I
no?
do.
Okay,
So is the Tyrant in range?
the tyrant would be in range.
All right.
Yes.
Let's pull from his pot first. See what happens.
Well, that's your roller pot.
5.
I believe that's the damage one.
It's damage. No one is close enough. They're 9 inches away. It needs to be within 6.
Yep.
So we are going to cast Dark Feast on the. I'm going to cast Mystic Shield.
All right.
Needing a 6 normally, but I get +1 because I'm near the pot. So I got a 9.
I'll try to spell it. I need a 10 on dice. No.
All right. So these Nobblers are actually going to get. Actually, himself. He'll get reroll save rolls of 1. So now I'm going to use my once per game ability with the Maul Pot to heal all my models whole within 36 inches, D3. So that is going to be the Stonehorn who sits there with 2 wounds left, and that's it. I still think it's worth it. So I'm going to heal the D3 on the Stonehorn, and he gets 2 wounds back. That's good. That's good.
It does bring you up a bracket.
It does. That's definitely valuable.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go to my movement phase. I'll be back. Alright, so my movement phase. Move the Iron Blaster Tyrant up to go after Lady O. These 2 units of 4 Congo lining. They need far charges. This guy needs a 12. I believe they need 11.
Yep.
These guys just kind of moved up, got 3 inches away. So if they somehow beat the Slaughter Master in a fight, they'll be out of range to grab the objective for models based pulling them off. Those guys stayed still, so they get their D6 shots, as well as that Lead Belcher sitting in combat.
The lone champion.
So now I'm going to go into the shooting phase. Those 2 guys over there are going to shoot into the Blade Geist Revenants for 2d6 shots. 7.
Average.
5. They need 4s to hit. 3 hit. And 3's to wound. Ooh, all 3. -1 round.
4s. Ooh, they love it.
Ooh! So the one that gets D6 that's still in combat,
Yep.
he has to choose in the shooting. If you shoot and you're in combat, you have to choose a unit you were engaged with. So I could choose the Spirit Torment, or I could choose the Blade Geist Revenants.
Yes.
I'm going to go with the Blade Geist.
You're also in 3 of his.
I am also in 3, so I'm going to go with the Blade Geist Revenants, D6. 2 shots. I need 4s to hit, and a 3 to wound. -1.
So 4 up.
Ooh.
And then they're 6 up. No, so I do lose a Blade Geist. We'll lose this guy.
So now I'm going to shoot my first Iron Blaster. I'm going to use a command point, my only command point, to make him get 1 additional shot. I'm actually going to do the grape shot, which is 6 shots, 3 threes, -1, 1. But since I have trophy rack and we're firing at a hero and he's within 12, he will get +1 to hit heroes, and he's getting an additional shot from the command ability. So he actually is getting 7 shots. So I'm going to go ahead and do those 7 shots, needing 2s to hit. All hit. I need 3s to wound. So I got 4 at -1.
So these will be 4-ups. So it takes 2.
Takes 2.
And then her death save takes 2.
So then this Iron Blaster back here is out of range for the command ability, being within 12 for an extra shot. So he gets 1 long bomb, D6 damage shot, 4 to hit, and he hits. He needs a 2 to wound.
And then she's
3.
just going to ignore it on a 4-up. She doesn't.
Oh, D6 damage. 2.
2, okay. So it won't kill her. She has 5 ones left, but 6s. She'll take 1 more and go to 4.
Alright, that's the shooting phase. I'm going to go into charges. I'll
I
start with
believe your Tyrant has pistols?
the Tyrant does have a brace of pistols. 2 shots, force 3s, -1, D3. So we go into Lady Linder. So we need, and he is Trophy Rock himself, so it needs 3s to hit. 2 hit. 3s to wound. 1 wound, -1.
4+. She loves it.
She likes it. Alright, so I'm going to go charge with the Slaughtermaster and these Banshees over here. Looking for high numbers to get more of those rolls for the Immortal Wounds. I got a 3. I am just going to keep it, because I have no option. So they're just going to go in there and roll 3 dice to see if any 6s show up. Ah, 1 does.
That does just kill one. You might have
They don't have a death. They don't have a death
I don't
save.
have a hero within range.
So I am going to, for the 12-inch charge, these guys. No. The other guys, an 11. Let's see. The other Iron Guts. Ooh, close, but no cigar. So I'm going to go with the Tyrant into Lady O. See if he can kill her with his gut.
With just his gut?
7.
No weapons, nothing
The
else?
impact hits.
Alright, so we'll put him in here.
So I get to roll 7 dice.
She's got 4, so you could roll enough 6s.
Got
Ooh,
3.
almost.
He was close. His gut's powerful.
So we'll roll some 6-ups. So no, she'll take 3
Oh,
of them.
she's got 1 wound and the Iron Blaster. See if this monstrosity can thunder in and finish her off. 7.
7. Math says you do get a 6 here.
Let's see. Needs 6s. No 6s.
She's alive.
Alright. That is all my charges for the turn.
These 2 want to charge?
Actually, it's a good point. Yeah, let's throw those 2 lead belchers in. 9. So at 9, so that's...
And I'm assuming you want to move them to the back end of the blade guys
It's a good
by the
idea.
objective. So 9, shoot.
And I get 2 6s.
And then I will be looking for 2 6s as well. No, so 2 more die.
It's worth it.
So we'll lose this one and this one.
So I'm gonna go with the Tyrant and let him do his magic. He's getting +1 attack from the spell I got off, so it's actually quite powerful. Alright, so the Tyrant is gonna kill Lady Olinda. I'm pretty confident about this.
He's gonna try to kill her.
No, he's gonna kill her.
It's hard to kill what's already dead.
So I'm gonna do the Thunder Great Mace. So 3 attacks normally, 3's, -2, 3 damage. But I got Blood Feast off, so he gets +1 attack. 12 is melee weapon. So I'm looking for 3's here. Ooh. Oh, actually, I believe 6s do something.
I do believe they do something.
The unmodified hit roll of the Thunder Mace is 6. It inflicts 1 mortal wound in addition to normal damage. If the unit has 3 or more models, an unmodified 6 does D3. So I do 2 mortal wounds on top of potentially 2 more saves. So the saves are -2, but you don't mind.
4 ups. She fails 1. How much damage is
That's
that?
3 damage plus a 2 mortal. He's looking at 5 so far. Now we're looking at the Beast Glaive. Beast Skewer Glaive. 2 attacks normally, but Blood Feast 3 attacks. So looking for 3's. So I got 2 hit, and I'm looking for 3's to wound again. 1 wound -1.
So 4 up. She takes it. How much damage is that?
D3. So 3.
Alright.
And now he has a Gulping Bite, which now be 2 attacks. Normally 1, but for the spell, Dark Feast, Blood Feast. Looking for 3's. Nope. So how many death saves does Lady Olinda have?
8
8.
death saves I gotta make. So I have to roll 8 6s right now.
Because she has 1 wound from the
1 wound.
Tyrant just hitting her with her gut.
So we're looking for those 6s. Not even one.
And
And
Lady
Lady O.
Linder falls.
She like wisps away. She doesn't really fall.
No, they eat her.
No, you can't eat good. Well, they
Yeah.
don't eat her. Your Gulping White didn't even wound.
Yeah, but
You mashed her with a mace.
the Stonehorn, it's gonna eat it off the ground. It's cattle feed.
Just her little like head crest falls to the ground. She just disappears. Just her staff and head crest. He just leans over.
So who you gonna go with now, Grant?
The blade guys. This
All right.
the most I have left. So it is. I'm gonna try and pile them in as best as I can. He'll just try and get that inch. He's kind of caught between the two, but I think I can keep the inch here. So we'll do this, and then he's within range.
All right. So 3 into the unit of 2, and,
and then one
into the unit of 1.
So we'll do the unit of the 1-on-1 first. So this will be 3s re-rolling and then 2s. So 3s,
2 hit,
both hit, and then 2s.
2 wound.
So -1, 1.
So let's go 6s. Nope.
So 2 wounds there.
And the 3 into the unit of
3.
2.
Same thing, looking for 3s re-rolling. So miss with 3. Re-roll that,
Hey.
and then looking for 2s. Ooh, so only 2.
2.
-1, 1.
5 ups. Nope. Takes 2 wounds. All right. So I'm just gonna retaliate.
All right.
I'm gonna put the 2 into the Blade Guy's Revenants.
All right.
So the champ plus the regular guy. It's 5 attacks. And we're looking for the Reese. Should have went the Slaughter Master, but we're here.
Oh, totally forgot all that combat.
So we got 4. -1.
All right. 4 of them. So looking for 4s. Fail 2.
So 2 damage each.
So we'll keep
And then
off
the 2
side.
Gulping Bites. 3s to hit. 1 hit. 3s to wound. And it wounds.
4 plus. Loves it. So for death saves, looking for 6s. Pass 1, so lose 3.
All right.
So we'll lose.
Maybe the guy that's in range of the champion over here? Yep.
Yeah, and then this one.
All right. So you want to go with his Banshees next?
Yeah, I guess we go with the Banshees.
All right. We'll be back. All right. The Banshees, 3 of them get the pile in. 1
Yep.
died from the impact hit. So go ahead, Grant.
So they are 1 attack each, so it's going to be 4s. So 1 hit, and then it's a 3. Misses.
Ah.
So they could have done it because they do D3 damage each.
Slaughter Master's going to retaliate. 2d6 from the stump blades. 7. 3s and 3s.
All right.
1.
1. So they have a 4-up. So that is going to be 1.
So then I have a Gulping Bite.
Yep.
Hit. A 3 to wound. No wound. So I have 2 Nobbler attacks, I think. It might be 3.
3 Nobbler attacks.
All right. So 5s and 5s.
So that's 2 hits. So you could do it.
2 hits and 5s. Yo,
Could
Nobbler.
do it. I need 4s.
Ah!
And then Nobbler's kill the Banshees. I believe it's next for my Spirit Torment.
All right. Let's see what damage he can do.
So he is going to be 3 attacks. He needs 4s.
1 hit.
He can reroll 1s. And then he needs 2s. So 1 at minus. I
One.
believe it's minus 1 D3.
All right. So D3 then.
Yep. So it was minus 2. So D3, 1 damage.
All right.
So he should have, I believe, 3 wounds on him, but he's still alive. Huh?
Who the hell? Who are you
That
attacking?
was Spirit Torment hacking the
Okay,
point.
okay.
So you took 2 from the
That's
Blade
fine.
Guys.
So is that your last turn needs to go in as well?
No, this year can still pile in.
Yes, that's it.
Yep, so he'll just pile on in, see if we can finish off that last ogre. He'll be 3s, rerolling 1s, and
Oh,
he
boy.
will miss.
All right. So that is the end of the turn for ogres.
Yep.
I get 2, 3, 4, 5. So ogres count as 2 models each when it comes to objectives. So he's got 2 there. So in a normal situation we'd contest, but I count as 4. So I get that to make my total 5 so far. And then I killed a Linder and have taken the rear objective to gain 9 points in total.
Yes.
So that will put me up to 21 to Grant's 5.
And
I
I think it's fair to call it at this point. I have 4 models left. Those will most likely run. So I think it's fair to
all right, good game.
call this game. Good game, buddy.
Thanks for watching, guys. That was 2,000 points Grant's Nighthaunt versus my Underguts Mawtribes. Difficult game. It was Border War, so it was all objective based. I think Mawtribes definitely came out on top at the turn 3 right there. I had 21 points to Grant's 5. So we called it. Most of his models were dead. I think he had 3 left on the board, maybe 4.
Yeah, like 4 models left, and the 2 are probably going to run. So it's pretty much just 2 kind of characters at that point.
So I felt pretty good with Underguts. I know I would like to add. I have a 3rd Iron Blaster. It's not painted up yet. I would like to get that one up to really utilize the Underguts command ability from the Tyrant to the Holy Within 12 to get extra shots. I was able to snipe one of your heroes. Which one was that?
You were able to snipe a Guardian Souls at one point.
Did 5 wounds, and at the end there, I was able to utilize the other shooting option for 7 attacks with the command ability, hitting on 2s because the Trophy Rack artifact that the Tyrant has. That allows you to units Holy Within 12. When they target a hero monster, they get +1 to hit in their shooting phase. So that or melee actually as well. So yeah. I should have been hitting on 2s, I guess.
Oh, that's right, because just a +1 hit total. Yeah.
Yeah. So the impact hits from the ogres when they charge definitely played a big role in this game. It really negates their save, goes right to their death save. Yep. I mean, he does have Reichner in that battalion, so they get on 5s, which is good. Good counter to it.
But still on all the other characters on the chain rasp, it's only 20 models like that 5-0. So
yeah, so I definitely was utilizing the charges as much as possible. It really helped at a double turn that, you know, some people have mixed feelings about the double turn. I have mixed feelings myself. I kind of almost prefer it going back and forth, but I think, Grant, you actually prefer it?
It's a mixture of the two. I definitely think there's games where I think the double turn can help an army that's not doing as well. But I think, and there's also things like this where one army I think is already moving up and crushing and then gets the double turn. It just kind of accentuates that part of it. So I think right. It's mixed feelings. There's no good answer to the double turn, but I think it's for the most part. I think it keeps the game somewhat fresh.
Because my turn 1, I really got up there. See, I kind of disagree with Grant's deployment. He really left one side of the board just completely vacant. It just required no contention. So, I mean, granted, now a good chunk of my army now was kind of running the board the entire time. But I did have 2 Iron Blasters that could just continue to shoot every turn, and they did. And, you know, picking off a hero, doing some wounds here and there, they got their points. Definitely at the end they were helping out.
I mean, sure, I understand what you think. I should have deployed more towards that one side, but I think the main problem was you essentially had 2 really strong flanks, and my army can't really... My options were go up the middle with everything, which I'm not fast enough to do that, and you would have just collapsed on both sides with all your powerful units, and then my stuff just dies. Or I try and fight half your army and let the other half kind of crawl up, because sure, your Iron Blaster did some shooting, but I think it really didn't do too much until after the Lead Belchers and Stoneman kind of broke the back of the army.
The
Tyrant? The Tyrant didn't break the Frostlord and Lead Belchers.
Yes.
Yeah, they broke the back. It killed those chain rasps. Were able to move in on that double turn. Yeah.
I do think he brought the Banshees in. I think it could have been... He should have brought them in turn 1 to grab the objective, because he rolled 6 for the chain rasp to get up. So if he was really eager to get those 2 points, I think he should have kept the chain rasp back more defensively, saved the command point for 6, and just deep strike those 4 Banshees in to grab that objective. I mean, because at that point he just sacrificed his 20 chain rasps, and it was an avenue for my guys to really make those charges and just get in his face. So maybe in the future, you'll mess around with new lists, deep striking potentials.
Well, it's not necessarily. I don't think necessarily that was the problem. I think I would just put more. This is the second game with them, so I think I was putting a bit more faith in 20 chain rasps. I mean, I think that was a mistake. I knew they would. I knew I was kind of throwing them away, but I think I had to get on the objectives before you blocked me out of them.
So do you think there's a chance then on that side where you ran up the chain rasps, you could have deep strike those Banshees in front of that flank, giving a buffer, so my turn 1 I couldn't get that objective?
Definitely not. Not with the range. I mean, you're 12 inches away from the objective, and so was I. So if I put them between you and me...
We could have a 6-inch difference from if you were in combat with the Banshees, because the Banshees could be 9 away, would be 3 away from the objective, and you could have your guys on the short side of 3 inches, so you could be theoretically 6 inches away. You could avoid first round of combat.
I do disagree with your move of 8 and move 14. I think you were getting to me if I moved to the objective regardless of what I did.
I think it could have. Maybe it required more finagling. We don't know what could have happened. Could have short rolls. I don't think I had high rolls on the... Actually, Stonehorn was very minimum, like 6 inches. I think he got turn 1.
Yeah, he got turn 1. But be fair to you, I think that would have been it. I think in my head I thought about that, and it was difference of, well, what's the difference between you making a 7-inch charge and a 5-inch charge, or a 7-inch charge like a 4-inch charge? And I think the point
3
there
inches.
is 3 inches, but I still think it's fine on a dice roll with a command point to re-roll it. I think you would have been fine. You could have gotten it if you wanted to.
It's possible.
Yeah.
So definitely it seemed like a one-sided battle, but again, that is the double turn. It definitely just caught, my turn 1 just smashing both chain rasp units just off the board.
Yeah.
It took a huge facet of his army out of bringing guys back. They were supposed to kind of stay there, tar pit a bit. But I think Grant wants to add some, maybe in the future, to larger the units.
I think the thing is, at this point, I've kind of put the death knell on I don't think 20-mans are good. I think a 10-man is as good as a 20-man. They are speed bump, and that's about it. I think the next list I do, you're going to see at least one 40-man block, possibly 2, depending on how many more I can kind of get painted up.
All right, so I think we uncovered more errors or little mistakes we made in the game. I think in the Nobbler Blast Keg, I rolled an additional dice. I apologize for that. That could have affected it. I still think the unit was
I think the unit was dead regardless. Yeah. I don't think it mattered too much. Plus, even then, you only missed with 2 of them. So I think you rolled enough anyway. I don't think that was a big deal. I did notice this game I didn't cast Geminids again. I thought about it every turn. I was just never felt good enough to really cast it.
And the Spell Portal was, kind of a turn 1 thing. And it's not getting any use afterwards, so maybe you're going to reconsider some endless spells.
Yeah, so I think the endless spells, a wall,
maybe Prismatic Palisade or something can really block off with your Deep Strikers. Because if you Deep Strike like 10 chain rasps in, you can almost get them 20 inches wide with the 1 inch in between each one. It's technically slightly under. You could drop that in and just go entire flank and just go, hey, you're locked in. This turn, all you can do is just kill an 80-point unit, and I can grab both objectives.
Yeah,
it's possible.
I definitely think there's things I can do with the list. I think a lot of what it is, too, is I kind of have a lot of stuff on the bench to paint or a few more things I want to buy.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit running with the limited models that I do have. So I definitely think this is clearly not an optimized list. Definitely more of, let me put things on the board, try them out. And I think we're noticing a few things like, Regner sometimes feels like just an overpriced. He's 50 points more than a Night Shroud on Steeds, and he doesn't even give an extra attack.
So the Night Shroud on Steeds, does that still fit the requirements for the battalion?
Oh, yeah,
the
5 up so exactly. I could switch him out from the Night Shroud on Steeds, save 50 points.
I still 50 points. And what's the Night Shroud's command
gives an extra attack out. So I can be giving that up to the Blade Geists.
So yeah, they could be getting 4 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s, revolving, wounding on 2s. That could really shred. That's just a blunder right there. The good old glass hammer.
Yeah.
So the stuff I want to work on, I have about 9,000 points of Mawtribes. It just comes down to painting. Right now, I just kind of run a mixed list. I would like to maybe run, more Foot Ogres, you could say, in the future, and maybe try a Beast Claw list. I think, Grant, you have Beast Claw Raiders as well?
I do. I have a lot of Beast Claws. I'm on my bench right now, so I do have a Boulderhead list I'm kind of working on at the moment, which I think will be fun. It's going to tease a little bit. It's going to involve 3 monsters. Ooh. So a good amount of Mournfang, so I want to see how it kind of plays out.
All right, well, I appreciate you guys watching. Again, please like, subscribe. We know we made mistakes. We know we didn't catch all of them or remember now. So please put comments and let us know what was wrong. Again, we're new to this, so please make any criticisms on how to improve the video quality, the sound quality, or the game's just the overall style. So thank you for watching. Until next time.